Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. This is your friend again, King David D. Hey, look at here. They are. It's kind of spooky. To think that if somehow Donald Trump escaped past this little drama that he's been going through, and he is one of the most self-centered, disrespectful, um, just all around unacceptable in every way that you can think of. And they say this collusion thing is not a terminology for breaking the law, okay? And they're keeping away from saying what it actually is. It's a conspiracy to betray his own country with conspiracy. It's a conspiracy that he and Vladimir Putin had together. And see, we can't say that the man is completely stupid. Plus, he has money to cover his behind. So, anything that will lead to the evidence that he had something to do with the boats who violated our violated our democracy, violated our democracy. He paid people to cover his tracks, to keep him from being tracked from this crazy stuff. And anybody with any kind of common sense would know that. He he did conspire to commit treason, is what he did. He conspired with the Russians to commit treason. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. That's what he done. And along with the women that accused him of sexually harassing them. Now, we know that he did, in fact. It's not a law. It's not a lie. He did, in fact, assaulted them women. And so did his little buddy. Ron Moore. So Trump and Moore are the two politicians that America do not need. And anyone that call themselves patriotic to our country should not support them in no kind of way. Because now, all these other politicians, now if they have hung their gloves up and got out of the boxing ring to try to save their name, so should Donald Trump. He should not be sitting in the Oval Office playing as though he's a president. We know that he don't have the scruples for it. No types of brains to be a leader of a country. No. He has not accomplished not a single thing except trying to tear down the Paris thing that the country has with all our allies, all our allies. This man has tried to completely burn bridges of our allies. See, when he got on the phone and talked a lot of mess to the president of Australia, and we could have, if we had a more of an individual that has the capabilities to use diplomacy, we could resolve this little deal of nuclear warheads with Korea. If we had an intelligent individual that knew how to talk with that young guy, so he could hang up his gloves and not want to fight America. But see, since we've had him in office, he has stirred up so much shameful, disrespectful things to tear the reputation of our country down. So, if we continue to allow this man to sit in the Oval Office, well, it'll be our own faults. See, because he wants to destroy everything that Barack Obama brought into existence. He wants to destroy the Paris Agreement. He wants to destroy affordable health. And this is the really catcher. He and a whole lot of other politicians choose to call it Obamacare. That is why they want to tear down the affordable health for Americans. Because it was the politicians that named it, instead of affordable health, they changed the name to Obamacare. But see, in records, on the record, it's affordable health. It's not no Obamacare. It's not that at all. It's just plain flat out affordable health. And when he says, him and Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan talking about that they're doing this for the American people, and it's not for the American people, because see, the majority of the American people are made up of very low income individuals to what do they call in the middle, type of income individuals that it's not rich, but they making good money. An average citizen. We make up the American public. But the super rich, it's only just a few of them guys. And this is the very reason why Donald Trump wants to pass that tax, that giant tax cut for the super rich. It's what it's all about. And what is wrong with American politicians looking out for American citizens and this tax negotiation thing, and also with the affordable health and a whole lot of other things that we know that would center out the underdog. And what he would do, what he's trying to do is just look out for a few of his rich buddies. Because see, these billionaires and trillionaires that's running this country is the very reason why he wants. And not only that, Donald Trump has some very, very unresolved tax problems himself. This is the reason why he don't want to show his tax records. Because of all the things that all his underhanded dealings with different enemies of our country. You know, he has his income tax forms. Now, think about it. This is the United States of America, the government. All we have to do, what the FBI head man needs to do, is subpoena Donald Trump's tax records. Because this saying he won't give them up, it's only a little small thing. Very, very, very small. What is taking place in this country today is our government is not taking the proper measures in order to resolve this betrayal in which that we are experiencing today. You know, I don't know if there's enough of you that ever heard the cliche of God don't like ugly. Well, Donald Trump, they can't get no uglier than what he's doing. Because he is super ugly. He has done some very ugly things, you know, since he's been in the office. And he has not accomplished anything but to destroy everything that was in place before he got into the Oval Office. So, and now, I honestly don't believe that the vice president would be somebody any better. What we need to do, America, is clean house. And get those money-grubbing, backstabbing individuals that's in the White House now out of there. It's what we need to do. So, if all these other politicians are catching the heat about their past sexual misconducts, well then, Donald Trump should not be above the law. He should voluntarily, before he's impeached, to give his resignation as the president of our fine, very fine nation. Because America has always been the leader. And all the things that we was leading in, he destroyed. Now think about the why he don't want to be involved in that Paris thing. Because then we are allowing all these other countries using these new methods of energy, solar energy, wind energy, all types of other energies that we could put in place in America to save America a whole lot of headache and a whole lot of money. Because, the deficit is over some $1 trillion. But what these people that are in the White House today want to do is add to our deficit. Put us deeper in debt. Is what they want to do. Now, if we were to use our strategy and use other measures of energy, we can resolve all this mess. Any ignoramus could figure that out. You don't have to be a politician. You don't have to be an environmental individual. You don't have to be a scientist. It's all just plain common sense. It's all it is. Common sense. To make these rich tycoons richer. See, so because if they take away the affordable health, that money that was with the affordable health would go in the pockets of these rich, very rich individuals. Now, the tax cuts, that would go in their favor also. All these things that we have alternatives on how we can function as a nation, they choose not to allow it to even get half a chance of getting passed through Congress so we can be on our way to a better day. So, Donald Trump, Mitch McConnell, and you, brown-nosing Paul Ryan, you fellas need to get it together. Because you are hurting a great nation. A nation that has been above all other nations. But from this scallywag, is what he is, a scallywag, Donald Trump, he's going to take us all down. He's going to take us all down. So, I know Donald Trump has a support group of individuals that just honestly and truly aren't any smarter than what he is. And so, America, let's raise some hell of getting us from up under the devil's spell. Think about it, America. Think about it. But this is King David D. On here to tell you that I love you. Do you love me?